Here's a quick video on how to calibrate the Gas Alert Max. It's the one with the cylindrical battery. First thing you want to look at is just make sure that the gas meter is relatively clean. There's a filter on the back side. That is really dirty. And you're going to want to remove these 3 screws. Take this piece off, which will expose the sensors, and then you'll be able to remove that filter and replace it. I'll get some sent out to you guys. Alright, to do the calibration on these, first things first is turn it on. It's going to go through its little startup sequence. Listen to the pump. Make sure it isn't making any odd sounds like grinding or it's varying in speed or anything like that. If that's the case, then it's probably going to need to be replaced. And while that does its startup sequence, to do the calibration, you got to have the cal gas, just green bottle here. It's a mix of several different gases, different percentages that gets hooked up to it. When the dial starts to reach around the 200 range or below, it's time to replace the bottle. They become very inaccurate as far as doing the calibrations go, so you're not going to want to use that. So just let Tim know and he'll get one sent out to you. The other thing is while you're doing the calibration on the meters with this gas, don't hang around while it's doing its thing. This gas is going to give you a headache really quick. So this gas meter is very past due. So to go into the calibration sequence, you hold down the down key and this blue key at the same time. But it's still doing its startup sequence, so we'll hang out for a minute. And again, yeah, if we do this test and find that anything is not working properly, you're going to fill out LBS to Tim and let him know which sensor's bad, and he'll get one sent out to you. They're very easy to replace. Again, just like the filter, you remove the 3 screws, pull it out, and they're just these little pods you pull out and stick in. Very simple. It's also a good idea to keep the batteries charged, and occasionally, I know you guys don't use these very often here in Hawaii, but it's a good idea to start them up, hit them with the bump gas. The sensors in these tend to go dormant, and when it comes time to use them, even if they're within calibration, they won't work properly. The sensors will just go bad. Alright, so this thing's ready to go. Again, to go into the calibration sequence, you hit the down key and this blue key at the same time. It'll beep at you. And it'll say cal. And it zeroes out the numbers except for oxygen. And then this little ball up in the corner will start flashing. That's when you apply the gas. So turn on the gas, stick it onto the port on the back side there, and just let it do its thing. Again, you'll generally want to be away from it while it does that. It'll start beeping at you and alerting you that calibration is finished. That's not the beeping you want to hear, but it'll say auto span at the top. It'll be a little bottle, and it'll just keep doing its thing. The numbers are going to fluctuate. That's all totally normal. It takes about a minute to 2 minutes. Fortunately, this particular gas alert didn't require a passcode. Sometimes what will happen is you'll go into the calibration mode, and before you can calibrate, it'll ask for a 3-digit number. And you scroll up and down with the up and down keys to get the number. It's generally 898 is the number, but I don't think we have any of those here in Hawaii, so you should be alright. Batteries for these particular units are easy to come by. You can buy them on Amazon. They're made by Black & Decker, which is used on some Black & Decker tools. You may be able to find them at Home Depot or Lowe's. Pretty cheap. And same goes for the chargers, are readily available. As far as the parts that are attached to the meters. And you've got the hose that the guys drop down into the manholes. This one doesn't have it, but it should have a little stone filter. I'll make sure this kit has some before I leave. They should have little stone on the ends to keep dirt and fragments getting sucked up inside the pump and prematurely using up that filter that it has. And then also, when you're doing the calibration, you want to make sure that the boxes that they come in, the Pelican cases, are complete. They have a full. Oh, there we go. So it's done doing its calibration. So at this point, you can unhook the gas and make sure you turn it off real quick. It's going to go through its sequence of setting the percentages for each sensor. You can speed up the process by pressing the OK key. And it'll beep at you and say, "Cal do at 180 days," and so this particular unit is ready to go. As I was saying, in the Pelican cases, just make sure that they have their bump gas, they have their litmus paper and water test kits, and hose with a stone on it, and should be good to go. That's it for the Gas Alert Max, and I'll be doing a video on the other units that we have. Thanks.